Welcome back to Mac at the Movies. This week I'll be reviewing for you the film Faces of Death. This was released April 10th, 2026 by Legendary Pictures as well as Angry Films and directed by Daniel Goldhaber, who had also directed How to Blow Up a Pipeline and Cam. This film stars Dacre Montgomery, who plays Arthur. He's the bad guy of the film. You kind of learn early on, so not spoiling anything there. But you would know him as, if you don't know the name, you would know him as Billy, the stepbrother of Max in Stranger Things, as well as Jason Scott, the Red Ranger in the 2014, I believe it was, Saban's Power Rangers remake. We also have Barbie Fiera, who plays Margot, Aaron Holiday, who plays Ryan, Margot's roommate, Josie Tata, who plays Samantha. She's like this universe's version of a TikTok influencer. We have Jermaine Fowler, who plays Josh. He is Margot's boss slash friend who, got her on at the company. And Charlie XCX as Gabby. I feel like Charlie XCX is in a whole lot of stuff right now. Like ever since the Brat album came out, I feel like she's sort of been in a lot of stuff. I found out about her years ago when I was at a record store. Heard something playing over the intercom, the stereo, and looked at the now playing rack, and it was Charlie XCX, so I ended up picking up a copy of that. I think it was the album Charlie. It was the one that came out. I think it was like 3 albums before the Brat release here recently. But I feel like she's in a lot of things now. I digress. I'm going down a Charlie XCX wormhole here, a little spiral. But this film follows the protagonist of Margot. She's working at a company called Kino, which is sort of like this universe's TikTok, sort of like platform style social media company. And her job is to go through and review flagged videos for this platform. So if it's too violent, if it's too sexually suggestive to children, if it's harmful videos of animals, things like that, they have to go through and either say, okay, this isn't as bad as this person thought it was, or they have to, throw a little justification in there to pull the video. And part of the story follows Margot as she stumbles upon a video that she believes could or could not be an execution. She brings it up to her boss. They kind of look at the video and think, oh, it's most likely fake. I mean, a lot of these people are trying to do these DIY horror films now, so the chances are this is fake. And then she sees more and more, like a couple of other videos come along. She starts doing research. Now, she's not supposed to. Part of her job is, like she signed an NDA. She's not supposed to work outside of work on that particular subject matter. If she finds a video that is offensive to her or something like that, she's not supposed to look it up later on her own and then put in all the reporting flags to send it out there. But she gets curious about this one person's videos. She starts doing research and then finds that this person is remaking the Faces of Death video from the 70s. I don't know if you remember it. It's the very first banned video. I just remember seeing it at the video store when I was in high school, and it was like banned in like 48 countries, something like that, like on the case. I remember my girlfriend at the time, we went to Video Depot, and I remember we were looking at it, I was like, what is this? She was like, oh, I heard about this. It's supposed to be really messed up. We should rent it. So we ended up renting it, and I didn't care for it all that much. It just seemed too gritty for me, and I didn't care for like the gritty nature of film of that era. My brother did. He was always a fan of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, stuff like that. So he kind of gravitated toward the style of Faces of Death. He liked the visual style of it. But there was stuff in it, yeah, that things happened to animals, and I just didn't care too much for that. So I watched the movie once, and that was kind of it. It's one of those. There's no real need to rewatch it once you've seen it. So I never did. But this film follows Margot finding out that this person is recapturing the scenes from Faces of Death in his own way, putting them up as like executions via mannequins. It's like mannequins are executing people, and while it looks real, it's believed to be fake. And she starts going down this rabbit hole. She has a history of putting out videos on this platform and others like it, and she is seen out in the wild, out in public. When people recognize her, they ask her, "Are you the train girl?" Because her and her sister, while making a video, dancing on a railroad. What's it called? Railroad tracks. They're dancing up on the railroad tracks, and a train's coming, and they're doing their video. Whatever dance that they're doing, and the goal is to jump out of the tracks before the train comes. Her sister slips and falls and gets hit by the train, and so it sends her down this path of depression, and things just don't work out in life the way she's wanting to, and she's having a hard time getting a job. She's having a hard time with friends, just going out and doing things in the world. And that's where she gets this job at Kino through a friend, and he recognized that she was struggling through this, that, and the other, and helped her get a job there. Her roommates constantly worried about her, trying to get her to go out and about, go to parties, this, that, and the other. But once somebody recognizes her, it's over. She has to leave because it's a constant reminder of the pain losing her sister, which is understandable. If I lost my brother just in life, I'd feel pretty lost. I'm pretty sure that's very much kind of where she's going with everything. But I thought this was a pretty good movie. I really enjoyed the sort of path the killer decided to make in doing a real life remake of Faces of Death. Because that's kind of what we find out. And I don't think I'm necessarily spoiling anything here. I believe that's the concept of the film. I remember when I told my brother about this, he more or less said, yeah, that's what I gathered from the trailer. So essentially, it's the character of Arthur remaking Faces of Death, but in real life and on a TikTok-like platform. And Margot stumbles over it, and she gets, sucked down this wormhole or trapped in this, like, what is this guy doing? Who is this guy? Why is he doing this? And then she finds out in the process, when she starts recognizing people, and she does the research, this is real. And so she is working to find out who this guy is, who Arthur is. In the film, you find out early on who he is. He kidnaps people, usually sort of well-known well-known people like the influencer, the Kino slash TikTok influencer, Samantha. He gets somebody from the news. He gets somebody who is a sort of a independent film director. All these people who are well known or established, or well enough known and established, I guess. So when you see it, you go, "Hey, isn't that Samantha from Kino from the TikTok site?" Or I believe it's just called Kino. I don't. It's not TikTok in this universe because I'm sure there are copyright rules or something about using TikTok and referring to such violent acts through the platform. But I thought this was a pretty good movie. Pretty cool concept to basically. I mean, this is a requel. It's a sequel, but it's also a remake. I thought it was pretty neat when I went into it. 'Cause, I had some time to spare. I had just gotten a haircut. I was like, I'm all the way out here. Maybe there's something playing at the theater that I want to see. I wasn't seeing anything pop up on my phone, and when I got in there, I saw Faces of Death, and I was like, maybe it's supposed to be like a modern telling, or like a modern version of Faces of Death. Like it's going to be watching like YouTube videos or something like that of like Faces of Death happening, like a Faces of Death like video, instead of these like clips that are put together by a guy who can't wear glasses correctly. But it wasn't that. It sort of starts out that way, but then sort of shifts into real life. Like I thought at first it was going to be like watching YouTube videos or clips of, again, like I said, Faces of Death videos. But again, it turned into real life. So I thought it was kind of neat that I was watching a movie based on, this horror like sub franchise or whatever. And it sort of brings it back into the zeitgeist of cinema and horror. I'm glad that it was what it was, and it wasn't just me watching videos of people getting hit by cars or, another monkey getting its head smashed open to eat the cauliflower brain or whatever was. Like I remember the original Faces of Death, and that scene alone was kind of tough to watch because I don't like seeing animals get hurt. I'm a big animal lover, so that scene that and the seals. I remember that, and there was a scene with the seals. If you've seen Faces of Death, you know what I'm talking about. Those were the two hardest scenes to watch, I remember. So, but I definitely say check it out. It was an interesting film. Again, it's somebody taking the Faces of Death video and making it a reality for them. They're basically remaking Faces of Death in this movie, very, very meta-like, to remake the movie. Actually, offing people, all that jazz in the basement of his house. So it's kind of interesting, especially how he gets away with so much that he gets away with. But it was a pretty good movie. I thought Dacker was a really great actor in this film. I really liked his character as much as you don't want to root for the bad guy. Margot, she got on my nerves. The entire movie, I'm like, usually I'm kind of rooting for the protagonist. This one, I'm just like, man, why couldn't it have been somebody else? But yeah, she sort of comes through and saves the day, if you will. But I don't want to leave too much to spoil the film for those who haven't seen it yet. I definitely, again, think it's great. I give it a total 3 out of 5 stars. Definitely say check it out. And let me know down in the comments below what you think about it. And have you seen the original Faces of Death? I think I've seen the first three, maybe, if memory serves me. I know I've seen the first two. I believe I've seen the third one, and I think there were like four total, five now, including this one. But yeah, I definitely remember my girlfriend and I renting it in high school. Again, one of those popular, very first banned movies. I've seen a couple of movies that were like quote unquote banned, and I remember having a friend ask me like, how do I get my hands on banned films if they're banned? And I'm like, well, I mean, for all intents and purposes, in America, a film can't be banned. Content that's out in the world can be banned. But if you're making a fictional film, you can't ban that. Banned. I don't want to watch anything that's truly banned, because I'm sure, the consequences alone are terrifying to think about. But I don't know why you don't want to watch that anyway. But yeah, Faces of Death. I thought it was pretty good. It's definitely going in my yearly Halloween cycle. I enjoyed it. It kind of, again, gives you a little nod to the past, and I definitely say check it out. And if you haven't seen the original, definitely watch the original if you have the stomach for it. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go find another movie to watch and hopefully review for y'all. So thank you for stopping by, and I will see you next time. Bye.